Alright, hello. In this video, we'll be going over the installation step within the Analytic Engineering DBT 0 through 100 documentation. So let's get started with that. We're going to go over here into section installation, click this right here. Great. And so now we enter the page for how to go about installing DBT. Here, what we'll go through is just setting up the content environment if you want to set up a content environment, but you can also set up a regular environment or VNV, a virtual environment if you want. But for my case, I used a content environment because that's my go-to. It's very subjective on that, whichever you prefer in the approach of a virtual environment or a content environment. Just keep in mind the benefits and the consequences of using the particular instantiation of an environment. And then if you're using a Jupyter Notebook, you can create a kernel. I specified that in this line right here, but DBT does, typically it's not used within a Jupyter Notebook. It's used in command line, so it's definitely not necessary to use this line right here to attach your content environment to Jupyter Notebook as a kernel, but you can. And in this whole entire documentation or process, we'll be using DBT version 0.17, which is specified right here in this installation. Note, there are different versions of DBT, and whatever version you use, keep in mind the functionality of that DBT version that you're using, because it's safe if you want to reference something in documentation at getdbt.com. Whatever functionality that is available there, you have to keep in mind the version you're going to use. But again, we'll be using DBT 0.17 as a version. And assuming you have pip, you can do pip install with this particular installation of 0.17. Hypothetically, let's just say we ran this and installs. And it's like, great, we got it all in here. I specified this as well. Seen in this GIF or GIF, I say GIF, but Doc2 is subjective. We do the installation of pip install, which is right here, eventually coming up, and then we do the installation. And then just to verify your installation in your command prompt or your terminal, just type in dbt -- version. The reason why I have this exclamation point is just because I'm working in a different environment, but we would see the particular version we have installed, which is 0.17. Great. That works out. And also keep in mind that there's a recommendation of going to the documentation for installation as well, so definitely check that out as well. And for just any other assistance, there's a dbt -- help, but you can again always just go to the documentation for any helpful references of trying to troubleshoot DBT. I want to see this information is available, and then here's just a display of everything that I just covered right now through dbt -- version, and then typing in dbt -- help as well. That's pretty much it for the installation. Coming up, we'll be going into creating a DBT project, and so let's check out and see how to go about that.